Welcome to the You Can't Afford Me podcast, where we skip the fluff and dive straight into the grind. Real entrepreneurs, real struggles, and the unfiltered journey behind success. Let's get into it. Hey guys, thanks for joining us on another episode of the You Can't Afford Me podcast. Now, I just said this in an intro on my Instagram. This is a blast from the past for me. We got connected probably 7 years ago. It's been a while. It's been a minute. Originally was connected to her husband and then got to meet her, but through a mutual friend, we were able to reconnect. So today we have Natalie on the podcast. Natalie, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So give everybody a quick rundown of who you are and what you do.
Sure. I'm Natalie Russell. I own a business called Fit4Mom Richmond. It's actually a franchise, and it's been here in Richmond for 18 and a half years, but I'm the third owner.
Oh, wow.
So, and I just celebrated 10 years of ownership.
Wow. Congrats.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
awesome.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
So we specialize in fitness for all stages and ages of motherhood. But besides fitness, it's also a lot about community. So sometimes moms find us for the fitness. Sometimes they find us because they're looking for a mom group.
Yep.
But we combine the two. So we have prenatal fitness classes. We have stroller-friendly fitness classes, mom-only fitness classes. So leave the kids at home with dad. You come to class, take care of yourself.
That's probably your biggest class.
And that's the moms love that one.
Yeah.
We also have our own run club. But we also do community events. So we have our own book club that meets like every 6 weeks, and we do mom's night out events. Like this week we did a paint night. Yeah, we do.
This is well past workouts.
Yes, it is so much more than just the workouts. And the thing that also sets us apart is that we're not brick and mortar.
Yeah.
So we don't have a studio space. So all of our workouts are outdoors at different parks and different neighborhoods around.
Beautiful. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's start from the very beginning. Give us your backstory. Like, did you go to college? Where'd you grow up? All
Buckle
that.
Buckle up. Here we go.
I'm ready.
So I grew up as a dancer. So my background was in ballet. And at the age of 16, I made the decision to leave home, which was...
Whoa.
Yeah.
16, you said?
16.
Why?
So basically, like, if you're really into dance or really into ballet, the big thing to do is every summer to go away to like an intensive workshop. So you audition, you get into these workshops that are like 6 weeks long.
Yeah.
And so you start doing that like around freshman year in high school. So I went and ended up getting into school in Columbus, Ohio. And I was living in Virginia Beach at the time.
Yeah.
Went for the 6 weeks, and the director of the school and the director of the company were like, hey, you should come and train with us.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, you should come and live here and like train with us. I said, well, I'm not ready to leave home.
Yeah.
So I went back home. I was really into theater. So I did like all the school.
Me too.
All right, thespians.
I was a theater geek for
Me
a
too.
hot minute.
I loved it. It was the best. But I had to balance and like choose between theater or dance. And it was like really hard to try to choose where my passion was.
Yeah.
But basically the next summer, so after my freshman year of high school, I ended up going back to the same summer school in Columbus. And they sat me down. They're like, listen, if you want to be a professional, you need to come and train with us and be with a professional school.
Yeah.
So after like a lot of deliberation, obviously a lot of conversations with my parents, because I'm the youngest of 3 girls, so they were losing their baby.
Yeah.
I did. So I left home. I lived with a host family and finished high school in Ohio. So I would basically dance Monday to Friday, 2 to 6 every day, all day Saturday. We got to perform with the company all the time. It was amazing. But I knew that was my path. So I didn't go to college. So I went straight out of high school into dancing professionally.
Good. That's where I tell people. Oh, I want to go back.
Yeah.
The conversation with your parents, were they just like, okay, cool? Or was this like a long discussion? Were you battling them on this?
No, it wasn't a battle. I really didn't. They didn't fight me. My parents were so amazing. And now as a mom, I look back and I'm like, holy cow, how did they do that? Because my son just turned 15.
Oh.
And like, he's at the age I was when I was telling them that this is what I wanted to do with my life. Which one I realize is so rare for a kid of that age to have that direction and know.
I know 50-year-olds who still don't know what they want to do with their life.
Right? Exactly. But now I'm like, holy cow, how did they let me leave? Like, I can't imagine being my son now and being like, yeah, okay, sure, move 9 hours away. It breaks my heart. Like, how did you do that?
That's good parenting. That's vision on their end.
They were so supportive. And I mean, yes, there were lots of conversations about, okay, well, what if this doesn't work out?
Yeah.
And especially like as I graduated high school, and I went to a high school where like, wow, like the kids were really, really college focused. And, it was like, what are your SAT scores and where are you going to go to school? And every time I told someone like, that's not my plan, they didn't get it. They really didn't get it.
Which now I think that's more of a natural conversation. When we were growing up, it was like, wait, you're not going to college? Are you some sort of loser or something like that?
Like, thank goodness. I love it. Like, they now are pushing much more like the vocational route.
Absolutely.
If like, don't waste your money, don't waste your time. If you know you want to be an electrician, go do that, which I love, which is so great.
So you skip college.
So yeah, skip college, went into dancing professionally, danced for that company for 1 year. And then the director of that company. So basically the school that was attached to the company, I transitioned from the school into the company. And then the director of that company took over a company in England. This is where my husband comes in. This is the connection. It all starts to make sense now. So
her husband has an awesome accent, by the way.
He's the Brit in RVA. So I ended up wanting to go to England, and they're like, no, you're not ready yet. You need to stay here in Ohio. And I was actually dating a dancer at the time, and they took him with them. And so we did this whole long distance thing, and I traveled back and forth and visited. It was like, please, please, please give me a job. And finally they hired me.
Nice.
So I moved to England. I think that was 2002.
And this is all, you're like 18, 19, 20 at this time?
At this point I'm like 20, 21. Yeah. So moved to England thinking like this is just going to be like, a few years of my life. I'm going to dance for a company in England, and then I'll probably end up back in the United States. Like, who knows? You just kind of like fly by the seat of your pants. Like, let's just go where the wind takes us and see what happens. And it was a touring company. So we were based in Leeds up in Yorkshire. But we, would stay at base and learn a couple different ballets, and then we'd go on tour. And 7 shows a week, living out of a suitcase. It is not glamorous. Like, you find your own way there. You take the train, you get a ride, you find your own digs, like find your own places to stay. It's like,
People don't even understand, like, superstars. Like, when Rihanna goes on tour, it's not a glamorous thing. Like, you're performing for like 3 hours a night, going to different cities all the time, living in hotels, sleeping on a bus. Like, it's not that glamorous.
Right. Especially not as a dancer. I think Rihanna probably has a little more perks than we did. But yeah, so it was great. I mean, we toured internationally. I got to go to China, Thailand, Greece, all over the UK, Ireland. Like, it was amazing. Exhausting, but incredible.
You got paid to see the world.
Yeah, 100%. And I was so lucky. Like, a lot of little girls have the dream to become a ballerina, and so many of them don't make it. So even though my career was short, I'm so thankful for that time, because I just know like how fortunate I was to have that experience. But I suffered with a lot of injuries as a dancer, even growing up. I'm not like naturally crazy flexible. I had to really kind of fight for it. Like, I had to fight for it. And I think my theater aspect came in. Like, I was really great at playing character roles and like really like developing that side of a character, even in a classical ballet role. But inevitably I ended up with a foot injury. Long story made short, in and out of a walking boot 9 weeks at a time. I did that 3 times before they were like, you need surgery on your foot, and that's going to be the end of your dance career.
Is that because of like how ballerinas have to stand on the tiptoes?
Yeah, I ended up with a stress fracture in my foot, and it just wouldn't heal. It just wouldn't. And they were like, we can't really do anything else for you except have the surgery, and then that's kind of it. But at this point, I'd met Phil. I'd met my husband. We met at the gym. That's a whole other story that I'll need a whole other hour to tell you about.
The gym comes back into play.
And the gym comes back into play. So I hated going to the gym. So this is going to be a funny one, because so as a dancer, you only really went to the gym when you were injured. So like for me, when the company went off on tour and I was injured, they didn't want to pay to take me on tour. So I just stayed back at home, go to the gym, do physical therapy every single day by myself. And see a physical therapist to help, recover from my injury. So I didn't have a great relationship with working out or with the gym itself. But yes, I did meet my husband at the gym. We started dating. I lost my job because I couldn't dance. He helped me through my surgery. I was there as a visitor. I had a work visa that expired, and suddenly I'm like, great, what do I do now? And ended up, I mean, we like to say I got deported. I didn't get deported, but like I couldn't stay any longer. If I tried to stay and then come back, they wouldn't let me in. So I ended up leaving the country, coming back to the United States, devastated because 1, I left the love of my life, didn't know like how we were going to make that work. And 2, I'd like really lost my whole identity. And it sounds dramatic, but like I started dancing at the age of 4. And I think sometimes when you are a dancer, it really becomes a label of who you are. It's like, oh, it's Natalie, the ballet dancer. Not
just like a football player. Like, you see these guys after the pros, like they have no idea what to do with their life because they've been playing football since they were 4 years old, and all of a sudden at 38 they're like, I can't do this anymore. What is my life?
What do I do? What do I do? So I was mourning the loss of everything I loved in life.
And you're like mid-20s by this point.
Yeah. I was 24.
You're having your next chapter at 24.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Which is young. You know,
Yeah.
it's really young.
Yeah.
So I ended up proposing to my husband on the phone.
Wait, whoa. Back it up. You proposed.
I did. It was very unplanned.
What was his reaction?
He laughed. He totally laughed on the phone. And it was a very spur of the moment kind of thing. Again, like there's so many details that go into it, and our story is really one that we should probably like have a movie made of. And it's definitely, his life needs to be a movie.
This literally is a Hollywood script, like young ballerina. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So yeah, we were not the perfect match. You know, if you put us on paper, I don't think either of us would have looked and read about the other one and been like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But like, just, you can't help love. You can't help it. So yeah, I ended up proposing to him on the phone, and he did say yes. And we spent about a year apart trying to figure out like where we were going to have the wedding and how to get back. Because for me, I had to then get a spousal visa, and like I knew I was going to move back to England to be with him. So,
and when you moved back to the States, were you in Ohio or Virginia Beach?
Neither. So my family moved around a lot.
Yeah.
When I was living in Ohio, my parents moved from Virginia Beach to Nashville, which is where they ended up staying. But one of my sisters was living in Northern Virginia. And so I just flew to her. It was easy. I was like, I'm just going to fly to DC.
Yeah.
And she was trying to help me figure out what to do with my life. Like, you know, do you want to teach dance? Like, that makes sense. And I was like, I can't. I knew that I would be the like most bitter ballet teacher ever.
Yeah.
Because mentally I was still so hurt that I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think I'd be very good at that right now. That's not the right fit.
Very insightful for a mid-20 something. Like,
I'm very mature.
That's
so mature. I'm so mature. So I ended up moving back to England. And I'm like, okay, we're married. I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Now what? And again, I'm like, what skills do I have? So I went to a recruitment agency.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, what skills do you have?
Yeah.
I said, I'm really friendly. I like people. I can type really fast. So I got a secretarial job at a telecoms business that sold like headsets and microphones and things to other businesses. And I ran the front desk, and then they moved me into sales. They're like, we need you over here.
Yeah.
Come into sales. And I lasted 15 months, which I'm so proud of.
Yeah.
You know, because I was like, it's time to put my big girl pants on, join the real world. I got to live my dream life, but now I need to like suck it up. Right? Suck it up, like be an adult.
Yeah.
And after 15 months, I was like, Phil, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
This isn't me. Like,
But were you successful at sales?
Meh.
Because I have a theory that people that grew up in the theater clubs and doing stuff, when you're used to performing in front of people and playing characters, I think the sales piece comes a lot easier.
Yeah. I mean, they moved me into sales for a reason.
Yeah.
I did okay.
They're like, you're way too bubbly to be sitting there at the front desk. You can make us more money.
I did okay, but I hated it.
Yeah.
I did not like it. So no sooner did I quit that job than I got pregnant with our son.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back to the company I danced for. And I went to the director of the school who had trained me from the age of 15. I was like, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
She was like, great, come on in. So I started teaching ballet. And at that point, I'd had enough time, you know, to be okay with it and to heal and to be like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be. So I taught like, you know, from pre-ballet, like 4-year-olds all the way up through every level, even up to like their professional division. And I loved it. You know, it was great. I thought that's probably what I would do for the rest of my life because, again, it's all I knew and all I felt like I was skilled to do. And then in 2013, my mom unexpectedly passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And it made us just sit back and kind of reassess life and like where we needed to be.
Yeah.
And another thing about Phil, which you know, is he's 20 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So he also had in his mind, and at this point we already had our son, Charlie.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even 2 yet. And
I think that might have been around the last time was that your son was pretty young when I was
little.
Yeah.
He was really little. Because I think we met like not long after we moved to Richmond.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I think it was probably like 2015.
Yeah, somewhere around there. I wasn't in business because I started as an entrepreneur in 2014, so it wasn't too long after that.
Yeah, 100%. Wow, 2014. Holy cow. But yeah, it just made us kind of, reassess where we needed to be. We didn't have a lot of family over there in England. I have my sisters here in the States, and they have kids that are older than Charlie, but still, it's cousins, it's family.
Cousins, family. Yeah.
And Phil, I think, has always felt this sense of needing to take care of us and just know, like, if the inevitable happens, if, like, the life timeline works the way that it standardly should, that
Yeah.
at some point in life, Charlie and I might not have him, which I'll start crying about if I talk too much.
Yeah.
But, it's like, let's get you and your family. Let's get you and Charlie and your family. So.
And did Phil not have family ties? And
He did. Again, super complicated story. He had been married before. He had kids from a previous marriage. He survived a horrific motorcycle accident before he met me, which is why he was at the gym doing all this physical therapy. And his ex-wife was not a very nice person. And she didn't know how to handle his accident. She divorced him after the accident, made it impossible for him to see his kids. And it was a very up and down, long journey of good times and then really bad times, to the point that they like cut off all contact with him. So like, we never would have left England if we had a good relationship with his kids and they'd still been in our life. Like never would have left at all. But by that time, all of that had happened, and we were like, okay, we're a family now. This is us. We have to do what's best for us, you know? So one of my sisters, the one who had been living in Northern Virginia, was now living in Richmond. And we called her. She'd been here for 5 months. And we're like, how do you like Richmond? She's like, yeah, it's cool. We like it. Why? I was like, we're going to move there. So we never visited.
You know what? I envy people like you so much, where like where I've lived my entire life, raised in Lynchburg.
Yeah.
Went to school in Farmville, which is 45 minutes north of Lynchburg. And then I moved to Richmond, which is like another 45 minutes to an hour. And I'm like, I'm not going any further north than this. Like, this is it. And I've always admired people that are just like, I see a friend on Facebook, they're like, yeah, I'm going to move to California. It just seems really cool out in San Diego. I'm like, what? Like, you can just pick up and move?
But
like
do you
that?
know what's weird? I'm not a spontaneous person.
Really?
Like, naturally.
Yeah.
No, like as a little kid, I needed to know where we were going, what I needed to wear, who was going to be there, how long we were staying. Like, I needed all the details. Phil knocked that out of me because he is spontaneous. And somehow I don't know, like when I tell our story, I feel like I'm talking about someone else because I don't feel like I'm that big of a risk taker. But I guess I am when I actually look at my life and look at the things that I've done. I'm like, maybe I'm not giving myself enough credit for that.
Yeah, seriously.
So, but yeah, it sounds insane when I say it out loud. I'm like, this is nuts. Because like we never visited. We sold our house, sold our rental, quit our jobs. Our son wasn't even 3 yet.
Yeah.
Phil had lived literally in the same village his entire life. And I say village because it was actually a village.
Yeah.
And we moved to Richmond sight unseen. Put all of our belongings in a big steel container that came across on a ship. We didn't have a job. Neither of us had jobs. We didn't have a house. We left with my sister and her family for 4 months. And then we bought a house down the street.
Oh, my goodness.
And yeah, Phil became a realtor at the age of 53, starting a brand new career in a country he doesn't know and in a city that's saturated with realtors.
Yeah. And real estate is probably way different than it is in England in terms of transactions.
So different.
Yeah.
So different. And I was like, oh, well, Richmond has a really great ballet company. I'll go teach for them. And so I went and met with them. They're like, yeah, awesome. Like, you're super qualified, but we don't need you. I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. So I was like, okay, well, VCU has a really great dance program. I'm sure they would love. It's more of a modern dance program. But I was like, oh, I'm sure they have to take classical ballet classes. Went and met with the director. And she's like, again, you're super qualified in terms of your experience. But to teach at university level, you have to have a degree.
Yeah. Which is insane. Dude, let's pause right there for a second. Cause let me go ahead and verbalize this. At some point, I'm gonna get an honorary degree. So I dropped out of college at the junior level because I realized they weren't teaching me how to be a business owner. They were teaching me how to go work for another company. So I was like, I'm not going into more debt. I'm just gonna roll out. I don't have a game plan, but we'll figure it out along the way. And now I'm on the board for the School of Business and Economics at Longwood. And it's insane to me that because now you can major in entrepreneurship at school. First off, I think that's crazy. But 2, the people that are teaching them are generally not entrepreneurs. They're teaching theory and all these things. So they have me coming in and speaking at the school all the time, a college dropout.
Right, because you actually have this life experience.
Yeah. So to limit someone because they don't have a piece of paper has
Yeah.
always been wild to me. You mean I'm the most qualified person you can hire, but because I don't have a piece of paper and I didn't spend $100,000 going $100,000 in debt, I can't work here?
Right.
Insane.
Yeah.
The system
Yeah.
has to change.
Yeah. I left there and cried. I was
Yeah.
so devastated. I was like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe this. But I did end up getting a job at a very small dance school, like very local dance school to where, where we were living, and started teaching there.
Yeah.
And then someone connected me with an all women's gym, and I started teaching a fitness class there. But it was like a ballet fusion type class. It was something I had created myself.
Nice.
She had me test it out. And I realized I really liked working with women.
Yeah.
And
Why is that?
well, I think I just was like, this is so much easier. Like, it's fun. It's lighthearted. Like,
Yeah.
it's inspiring. They're doing something good for themselves. I wasn't disciplining.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, had to be technical and all these
Yeah.
different things. Yeah.
Right. And I still loved working with kids, but I was like getting a taste for what it was
Yeah.
like to work with grown women.
Mhm.
And then a neighbor of mine, I knew she had a business, and I thought it was called Stroller Strides because I'd see her with this hat on.
Mhm.
I didn't even own a stroller anymore. Charlie was about to head into kindergarten, so he was in preschool.
Mhm.
And one day I was in the parking lot chatting with his friend. She said that she had big news and that she was moving. I was like, oh, but it's so cool. You own your own business. Like, you can just start it up there. And she's like, no, it's a franchise. I own territory. So I have to sell it. I can't keep this. And she's like, you said that you were looking for something new to do when Charlie starts school. Because I kept thinking in my mind, like, when Charlie starts kindergarten, I'd love to be able to work during the day,
Yeah.
but be home in the afternoon when he gets off the bus and spend time with him, help him with his homework, take him to activities, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, what dream job is that? Like, that's hard to find. And teaching dance isn't that, because you teach in the evenings when kids are home from school and all day on Saturday. And I was like, ugh, like, I don't want that to be our schedule.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, I have to sell the business. Like, maybe that'd be a good fit for you. I was like, well, I don't know anything about it. So we'll come to class.
Mhm.
So I went to a stroller strides class. It was a Halloween class.
Now explain what that is. Somebody like me, I have no idea what a stroller stride
Okay.
means. So the strollers are there and you're working out around it or something like
Yeah.
that?
So basically, it's an hour-long workout class outside at different parks around Richmond.
Yeah.
This class happened to be near Hungry Creek Middle School. We would meet at that Duncroft Castle Point Park area. And you start with a group warm-up. The moms show up with their stroller-age kids.
Yeah.
So we're talking like mom's just been cleared for exercise at 6 weeks postpartum, or mom has like a 4-year-old whose legs are like dangling out of the stroller, who's been doing it his entire childhood. So he loves it,
Yep.
And we start with a group warm up, a fun like question of the day. So everyone's introducing themselves, introducing their kids. You're finding out what age their kids are, and some fun question to like get conversation going, start to bond the moms, and you're warming everybody at the same time. And it's all led by a certified instructor.
Mhm.
And then we travel. So we're jogging, we're walking somewhere else in the park
Yeah.
where we'll stop and we'll do a station for about 5 minutes. And at that station, we're doing strength work, body conditioning, like doing, squats, lunges. We're using resistance bands to do upper body strength work. And then we're also entertaining the kids at the same time. So it's a lot about, there's like all these different connections that happen in a stroller strides class. There's instructor to mom connection,
Yeah.
right? There's mom to mom connection.
Mhm.
There's mom to kid connection. And there's mom to self connection,
Yeah.
right? Because she's recognizing, here I am. I showed up. It might have been so hard to get out of the house.
Mhm.
I'm doing something good for me,
Yep.
taking time out of my day. I'm setting a great example for my kids to show them that self-care isn't
1000%.
selfish.
Which I think I've read a statistic that couples that work out and like their kids are exposed to that lifestyle, those couples have like an 80% success rate for their marriage versus like, 50% of people that get married end up in divorce. But it spikes up if you're setting that example to your kids somehow. I don't know how the psychology works with that, but
Yeah, it works.
is what it
Just
is.
trust it. Just trust it. But we sing to the kids in class. So we're getting the moms to sing to the kids. We're doing peekaboo as we're doing squats. We're toe tickling as we're doing squats. Like there's all this interaction. So it's so fun and it's so great. There's so many times over the last 10 years that I've had clients go home and then send me videos of their toddlers in their house, like pushing their baby in their little stroller, saying like,
Yeah.
"Good job, moms," or like, "Let's go to stroller strides," So these kids, they look forward to it.
That's awesome.
And like that makes me so happy to hear that the kids like, "Do we get to go to stroller strides
Yeah.
today?"
You
And
know,
then
my marketing brain is going crazy right now.
love it.
This is something I have never heard about before.
It's
This is
pretty
amazing.
genius.
Yeah.
And that's how Fit4Mom started,
Mhm.
as stroller strides. So our founder, Lisa Druxman, out in California,
Mhm.
was a fitness professional, and she had her first child, and she started working out in her neighborhood,
Yeah.
pushing the stroller and she'd stop, she'd do, tricep dips on a curb
Yeah.
and lunges in front of the stroller while she was waving at her kid. And her friends were like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "Well, I'm working out, but I've got my kid with me."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Bing, bing, bing. This is a genius idea.
Mhm.
Moms don't have to go to the gym and put their kid in childcare and keep them with them."
Yeah.
And so that's how it developed. And then they franchised Stroller Strides, and then they started adding in all the other programs that we offered.
Yeah.
So Fit for Baby, our prenatal class, Stroller Bar, which is like the bar workout, but with the strollers. We have a cardio class called Strides 360, which moms can bring the kids in the stroller or come on their own to.
Yeah.
We have our mom-only classes, which is a Body Boost HIIT workout, or Body Ignite, which is strength training, which is now becoming even more popular. And we're now developing even like a perimenopause program that's coming in. So we're really trying to encompass like every stage of motherhood,
Yeah.
every stage.
Mm.
Yeah.
You're literally, my marketing brain is going mad right now.
Yeah.
Especially when you told me that people are sending in videos to you with their kids doing this at home. I'm like,
It's great.
oh my God, that is marketing gold. All right, let's talk about the model of franchising, because at this point, I think I founded or co-founded, I think it's either 10 or 11 businesses at this point. And I think I've promised myself that I'm no longer ever going to start a business from scratch. I'm either buying another pre-existing business or I'll look into a franchise.
Yeah.
Talk to us about, since you didn't have the business experience side and being an entrepreneur, what did you find attractive about coming into a franchise model?
Yeah. I feel like it's much easier than just starting a business from scratch
Yeah.
with no background,
Mhm.
right? So your hands are tied to a certain degree.
Yeah.
There's certain things as a franchise that I can't do.
Yeah.
But sometimes that helps take some of the decisions away.
Yeah.
It simplifies it.
Because there's a lot of other things that you don't have to worry about because you're part of a franchise.
Right. Now, I pay franchise fees
Yeah.
every month. I pay royalties based on my revenue.
Mhm.
So sometimes that hurts. But what I get in return in terms of my website is created for me
Yeah.
and updated regularly. All of our formats and systems and our CRM, like all of it is provided,
Mhm.
right? Because we're paying for it. So home office is taking care of all of that, and our continuing education all the time. So, and even just the Fit for Mom community, I'm connected with so many other amazing franchise owners across the country that there's no way I could do it without them.
Yeah.
Every single day, I'm talking to at least one franchisee, and we're bouncing ideas off of each other, or we're even like copying and sharing each other's social media posts.
Yeah, that support system. You have a
Yeah, we're
community.
not trying to like, recreate the wheel. It's
Which is-
what's worked for you. Okay, great. Can I try that? Yeah.
That's also one of the hardest things, I think, for entrepreneurs, because this can be such a lonely road. Because, like, especially in the early days when I was just getting started out, I can't go bitch and complain to my employees. I
Right.
damn sure don't want to bring it home to my wife and be like, yeah, so the roof's about to collapse. I don't know how I'm going to make payroll. I don't know how we're going to do this, da 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 da. And then she's freaking, oh my God, we're going to be homeless. Like, I can't bring that drama home.
Yeah.
I just had to keep it internally until I could build that community around me with other individuals who had experiences, who became mentors for me, and say, oh man, I dealt with that a couple of years ago. Here's exactly what you do. So coming in that franchise model and having that circle around you, and the fact that you're connected to so many people and you guys are able to bounce ideas, that definitely takes some of the sting out of it with being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the model in terms of like classes. So, like if somebody's listening right now and they're like, this sounds awesome. I got a 1-year-old right now and I need to get more active and I want to meet more moms. And this one, man, I wish I had known about this when my wife was pregnant, because I was trying to convince her, like, you need to be around other moms. Like at the time, most of her friends didn't have kids yet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you need to hang around other women your age who are in your situation, because first time parent,
It's
no,
hard.
you don't know what the hell you're doing. Like,
Right.
you figuring stuff out along the way. I was like, you need somebody else to talk to. I surrounded myself around other dads. and was like, "Hey man, I need you to coach me along the way, like give me tidbits, da da da."
Sure.
So this would have been phenomenal for her. So I'm pissed I didn't know about the business.
So
before.
sorry.
But talk about the like the membership, like what does that look like?
Sure. Everyone gets their first class free
Mm.
because we want every mom to feel like she can come and at least try it out.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I think it can be hard. It's tricky because there's different ways that moms come to us, right? It could be that a mom is pregnant for the first time
Mm.
and she's Googling prenatal fitness, prenatal yoga,
Yeah.
and will pop up. So then she's coming in a kind of a different group because she's showing up at Virginia Women's Center where we hold those prenatal classes.
Yeah.
And she's with those other expectant moms and she's connecting with those. The ideal client would be that mom
Mm-hmm.
that then starts to make friends in that class, has her baby,
Yeah.
gets cleared for exercise, is on maternity leave or becomes a stay-at-home mom,
Mm-hmm.
and takes that time to then start stroller strides with us. And then she eases into that program.
Gotcha.
And then if she's a stay-at-home mom, she stays for ages, right?
Yeah.
If she's, a part-time working mom, she comes on the weekend. We have Saturday and Sunday classes. Or maybe she starts to transition when she's ready into the mom-only fitness and comes on the evening or an early morning or whatever. But I would say most of our moms come in because they have just had a kid.
Yeah.
They are looking for a community. They search mommy and me activities,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're not necessarily looking for a workout.
Yeah.
Some are.
They're looking for community.
They're looking for community. And they're like, oh, cool. I can go work out. Wait a minute. This is great. It's community, but it's also a workout
Yeah.
for me. And so, yeah, her first class is free. She comes to class. She loves it. She wants to buy a membership immediately.
Yep.
And then we have a few other options. We've got an unlimited membership. So she can come to any of our classes, mom only, shoulder strides, whatever she wants to at any of the locations. So you're not, tied into a specific location or a specific class.
Yeah.
There's access to all of them. And she pays monthly. She's not tied in for a certain amount of months.
Yeah.
She can get out of that membership whenever she needs to because life happens. She can put her account on hold for up to 4 months in case she's going on vacation over the summer. She doesn't want to pay that registration fee when she comes back.
Yeah.
Right? She knows she wants to come back. She can do it for a month.
Yep.
She's traveling. We had a mom that has had like horrible issues with her house and had to have it renovated and move out. And she's like, I'm not close by anymore. Can I just put my account on? Just, again, life happens.
Yep.
And then we have a membership that's for 5 classes a month. That's really good for the prenatal clients because there's basically 1 class a week for them.
Yeah.
It's also great for moms who work who can only come on the weekends. We also have a 10-class pack, which is good for 3 months. And then a drop-in pass.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Give me like the low end, the high end. What's the lowest level?
Price
membership?
rise?
Yeah.
The unlimited is $99 a month.
That's it?
Yep.
I honestly thought you were going to be somewhere in like $250, $300 range.
$99 a month. Unlimited classes, $99 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So I have some clients who literally come like 5 times a week.
Yeah.
They're
that's
probably
like-
going, like $5 per class?
Yeah.
Yeah. The light membership is $79. That's the one for 5 classes a month. And then the 10-class pass is $189. So obviously, if you're getting a 10-class pack, and our drop-in's $25.
Yeah.
So
Extremely affordable.
super, super affordable.
Yeah.
And we also run a special teacher pass for the summertime because we love our teachers.
Mhm.
So we just did a deal where teachers get June, July, and August unlimited classes for $199. And if they buy it before their spring break, they get to come for spring break for free.
That's an awesome model. I'm interested, what do you think, if anything, that you took from your career as a dancer and was able to transition that into entrepreneurship?
Dedication, discipline, for sure. Definitely the discipline. I'm not great at time management.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of a procrastinator, but I'm also really good at going with the flow, and this is funny. This just came to me. I've never really thought of this, but like there were times performing on stage that I fell
Yeah.
or something happened and you had to like just
Right.
think on the spot and go with the flow.
Mhm.
I'm really good at doing that in business and in life. I also think I'm very much I don't know if this has anything to do with me being a dancer or a performer. I think it's probably just a personality thing, but I'm very glass half full. I really love my team. That's the other thing I should have said. I have 10 team members
Nice.
that teach classes. I have someone that helps manage leads for me, plan events for me. I had someone that helped me with social media, but now I'm doing all that myself. I'm not afraid of making mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of owning up to those mistakes. I don't pretend that I know everything.
Mm-hmm. That's key.
And I really just I like performing. I think I still get to kind of check that box and fulfill that need that I had as a dancer when I'm teaching.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of up there on stage a little,
Yep.
right? So I get that performing aspect. But the part that has surprised me the most is like how much I love watching the women in my class grow
Yeah.
and see their confidence grow.
Mm-hmm.
And, like they don't necessarily see it,
Yeah.
but I always make sure I'm like, do you realize like what an amazing job you're doing, how strong you are? Or like the mom who's showing up, like she's having to stop and breastfeed her baby in the middle of class, or like the baby's had a blowout,
Yep.
or the toddler's being super fussy. And I'm like, the women that are in we call it our village,
Mm.
they're some of the most supportive, welcoming, inspiring women I've ever met.
Yeah.
And it's just great. Like, and everyone's got different viewpoints. They all parent differently, but they're still they're so kind and welcoming to new moms. And it's just a really great environment.
How much are you, because you say you like that moments like being on stage, so to speak. Are you still running classes? Is your team primarily doing that? How much are you working in your business? How much are you working on your business?
Sure. So I teach every Monday night. I teach every early morning Wednesday, 5:30 a.m. I teach every Saturday. So I always teach at least 3 classes a week. And then sometimes I'm stepping in and covering for other instructors. So sometimes it's, someone's on vacation and suddenly I'm teaching like 5. So, and then I try to go to class when I can, and show up and go. Like, I don't really teach the stroller classes.
Yeah.
My instructors that teach those, they have kids in their stroller. So they get to come to their job and teach a class and bring their kids with them.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But they're also more relatable to those clients. I'm not as relatable. I have a 15-year-old now.
Yeah.
So I'm teaching more of the mom-only classes and kind of phasing into that. And then, during the day, I think there is a misconception when people think that you own a fitness business that you just show up and teach fitness classes.
Yeah.
And they don't see like all the other hats that I wear. I'm like, no. I do this. Like it's a laundry list of things.
Absolutely.
But it's great because I can also take a day off when I want to take a day off.
Yeah.
And because Phil's self-employed too, like we can go have a lunch date if we want to. And we've been redecorating our bedroom. We were painting all day yesterday. Just like it's so nice. But I don't really track my hours. I probably work so much more than I think I do.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like 9 o'clock at night and I'm answering text messages or chasing a lead on Instagram and replying, getting her signed up for class. It's.
But when you enjoy what you do, like it's not, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like we're working on some stuff and I was up till late night going back and forth with ChatGPT trying to get something straight for a new program that we have to offer. But like for the most part, I mean, I'm doing the stuff that I enjoy doing.
Right.
I love leading a team. I love sitting down with them and going through creative ideas with the client. I love being able to jump on camera and be able to make some content. Like there's some perks that come along with it too, but like you remind me, like that makes me think like one of the original like thoughts in my head that kind of pushed me towards entrepreneurship. I'll never forget. It was the last form of employment that I had. And this was like my biggest like big boy job ever. Like had the salary, had the full benefits, like was able to go out and get a decent car, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'll never forget this. I was looking out the window one day and it was like Tuesday at like 2:00. People are walking around with their dogs. They're playing frisbee. They're having a picnic outside. I'm like,
who are
who
you?
the hell are these people that can just stop at 2:00 in the afternoon and
What
have
do you
a
do?
picnic? Yeah. And then, the thought was always, man, I know I'm on the right track when that's me out there.
Right.
And then it was probably a year and a half into me being an entrepreneur. And it was downtown in this area in like Chocolate Bottom. And I remember just walking around, I was just enjoying the day. And I looked over and I was pretty close to this office building. I look over and there's just people just sitting in their office, like tapping away at the keyboard. And I was like, oh shit, I'm the guy now.
Made it.
Yeah. That used to be me in there. And now I'm on the other side of that. I also want to touch on talk about like the health like the benefits of fitness and like entrepreneurship and productivity. Like I almost pulled up my phone this morning and made a quick clip after the gym. So I'm the 4:45, 5 a.m. gym guy. Like if I don't get it in earlier, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And for me, it's kind of like a time hack because by the time I wake up, work out and get back home, my wife and kids maybe just waking up or they're still asleep.
Right.
So it's like nobody even knew I was gone. So it's like I've hacked time. But I know the days where, like, because life happens. There are some mornings I can't make it happen. But the days that I don't work out, I feel it in the office.
Oh,
I feel like
yeah.
my mind's not as clear. I'm not as sharp. I maybe yawning a little bit more, like all these different things. Like,
Yeah.
I think there's something psychologically that just happens when you start your day out with a workout. But I heard a doctor say on a podcast one time, if you could bottle up all the benefits you get from training physical fitness, it would sell at Target for $3,000 a bottle.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. Well, and, like, there's definitely scientific benefit to getting out in the daylight in the morning.
Yeah, vitamin
Like,
D.
take off your sunglasses, like,
Yeah.
let the light in. And, our stroller classes are at 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's peak time. It's great. Yeah, I mean, I personally, like, going back to what I said before about, like, how I hated the gym. When I went to do my Fit4Mom training up in DC, because you used to have to go do live training. Now it's all online now.
Yeah.
I literally introduced myself and was like, Natalie, and I hate working out. And I was like, I just bought a fitness business. What am I saying? But because I had such a bad relationship with it. So my relationship with working out has changed over 10 years.
Yeah.
So much. I didn't truly even understand what a great thing I was buying into when I said yes to this.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I don't like setting the alarm for 5 in the morning. I don't love getting up that early, but I am so much more productive all day
Yep.
when I get that early morning workout in. And I know not everybody can make that happen, especially moms with young kids. They might not be able to get up and leave. But
nothing good's happening after 10:30. You're either snacking, you're watching some crap on TV. Like, yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
It's so true. The benefits are so great. I'm a happier person. I feel so much better. And I'm not the type of person to work out by myself at home
Yeah.
or even go to the gym and just do something by myself. I need group fitness.
Yeah.
And
That's how my life is.
yeah, I need it. I really need it. And I think it's because I'm an extrovert. I like being around people,
Yeah.
feed off their energy. It makes me feel better.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I feel so good now. Like, even on the days where you're like, I don't want to do this. I always say, you'll never regret working out. You'll only regret not working out.
No one in the history of time has ever said, man, I wish I hadn't done that
I wish I
workout.
didn't do that.
Yeah, you
Right.
always feel better.
You
Like,
always feel
and it's a
better.
confidence booster too. Just like, hey, I tackled the day. Like, I was talking to a client early this morning, and we were talking about like how we raise our kids and stuff like that. And he's like, his kids are at the age where they can make their bed. And he's like, we start every day with that simple task, because doing something in the morning, if you can just commit to something that simple, it sets the tone for the day.
It really does.
Like, hey, we're staying organized. I'm even though I don't feel like doing this, I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah. I'm really enamored by like the community aspect that you have with this, because I'd imagine that like a lot of these moms, like, we're still struggling to find like a regular babysitter, because like my mom lives in Lynchburg.
Yeah.
My wife's parents live in Charlottesville. We have a friend or two here that like they've grown up with the kids and our kids trust them and they're comfortable watching them. But like, I still to this day I can't convince my wife, like,
Yeah.
hey, you want to do more date nights and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
no,
We need
it's
to
hard.
find somebody.
It's hard.
But in that community, they're probably exchanging numbers and doing those sorts of
So
things.
we have a private WhatsApp group for our members.
Mhm.
It just in like the last week, someone's asked for pediatrician recommendations,
Mhm.
GP recommendations for themselves,
Yeah.
OBGYN recommendations. Someone came on and she literally was like, I'm really struggling. We don't have a support system here. I need help. Do you guys have a babysitter? People were
Yeah.
having babysit. And then I found out that actually a couple of the moms got together like, what if we help each other out? I'll watch the kids, let them play. You go do whatever you need for an hour.
Mhm.
I was like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, they really, really come together. And, the community, like as a business owner, I don't always see all that.
Yeah.
Right? I see them in class. I hope that they're making friends.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they've exchanged phone numbers and that they're texting on the side and that they're meeting up at the park in the afternoon or
They're going out for a wine night together.
whatever they're doing. Right. I don't know that they're doing these things on the side. And when I find out that they are, I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's amazing. So when I just celebrated my 10th anniversary, I decided I was going to have a big celebratory class. My 10th anniversary is January.
Yeah.
So I've never really done much to celebrate it. But one of my instructors was like, please tell me you're going to do like some fun class. And I was like, oh, it's so flipping cold outside. She's
Yeah.
like, just do it, Natalie, just do it. So we did a class, and I reached out to all my old clients from over the years, people who left years ago and moved on to do, go to other gyms, this and that, the other.
They're all part of the journey for you.
So many of them came back for this one class. And they said, they were like, we still tell people about Fit4Mom all the time and how much it meant to us. People are still like best friends with people that they met in class.
Yeah.
And again, like I don't see that all the time. And I think that that's another hard part, talking about like entrepreneurship and like being the boss. Sometimes the day in, the day out, it gets exhausting and it feels thankless.
Yeah.
Right. And you're like, why am I bending over backwards and doing this? And then you have this small moment, a little glimpse where someone tells you something. And that's why I'm such a firm believer in like, if I have a compliment or something kind to say to someone, I really try to share it whenever I can.
Absolutely.
Like, don't keep that to yourself.
Yep.
Like, tell them what it means. Tell them how great they are. Tell them what it,
That could change somebody's day, week, or
100%.
month.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What's the secret? So, I mean, what you've built community-wise is worth the membership. I could see some moms just signing up and they may come to a class every now and then, but it's just the access to the community.
I have a mom who pays me. She is like one of my most loyal clients, but barely ever makes it to class.
Yeah.
Barely ever makes it, but she comes every year on our retreat. We do a retreat every May. It's our 4th year doing it. We've got 16 moms signed up this year. We're going to Sandbridge for 3 nights.
Nice.
And we just enjoy each other's company. I always lead everyone through like a stretch and meditation class, and everyone gets a goodie bag and a t-shirt, and like, we just have fun. But she always comes. And it's so funny because like, she's like, oh, I tell everyone about you guys. I'm like, but you hardly ever even come to class. But it just has meant so much to her.
Yeah.
And, she was part of a Fit4Mom in another state.
Yeah.
And then she moved here and came and did it. She went through a divorce. She went through being single. She now has a new partner. And she says she's like, oh my God, you guys helped me so much through all of those stages in my life.
Yeah. And that's the unique, I think in terms of businesses, anytime you attach like the physical fitness to a business, like, whether it's a CrossFit gym or, what you're doing, the sense of community that's developed there, you guys are able to develop like cheerleaders like no other business can do. Like someone may love what we do here for them, for their marketing, but they're not like speaking about it every opportunity they get.
Yeah.
These, when you're part of that community, like I'm gonna pick on CrossFit for a minute because it's kind of cultish in terms of, and what I mean by that, not a negative connotation, but when somebody finds CrossFit, it's like finding a new religion. They are telling everybody, but dude, this is the greatest thing ever. You got to come to class. Da 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 da. It's only in that industry do I see this reflected, where it's like people are just so hardcore. So like the amount of marketing you guys have to do is nominal compared to most businesses because your tribe just spreads the word so hard. And this is coming from a marketing guy, and this is all I do. The best lead to business is from a referral. It's 100%. Never going to be from an Instagram video. It's never going to be from a click funnel on a website. It is always someone that they know and trust recommended who you are and what you do.
Yep.
There should be a documentary on just like the gym mentality and like how that cultivates a business. Like, very interesting stuff. Yeah. Let me ask you this as we wrap up. The question I ask every entrepreneur that comes on the show. What is the hardest moment you went through as an entrepreneur, and how were you able to overcome that?
Oof.
I know there are lots.
There are lots. There are lots of little ones and like little battles, but actually just this past year, it was much more personal, and without saying too much, we had a situation with a client and communication, and things were really, really, really misunderstood, and it was taken really out of context. And then it kind of spread. It caused a lot of issues within our village, within the team. And it was the first time that I've ever really faced something that big, that I felt like my business was being threatened, that my livelihood, that my integrity, my family's integrity, our purpose, our reasoning, like our passion, everything. I felt like it was really being tested. And I'm really proud of the way that not only I was able to kind of stay calm and take the higher ground, take the high road, and not fall into the gossip and like get drawn into the drama, because that's hard. And women can be challenging.
Yeah. That was one thing I was going to ask you, because like men talk far less than women. And I don't
Yeah.
mean like just verbally, like two men can sit in a room and we can talk, but we're not talking about shit.
Yeah,
Like,
so true. Like, which I'm not. Nothing. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, it can be challenging, but in 10 years, I've never had drama like I had drama this past year,
Yeah.
because I don't condone it. I
Yeah.
don't support it.
Mhm.
And I'm not about it. And I've always thought like, wow, like everyone who's in our village is just always,
Yeah.
they're so great. And then I had this horrible situation. And, just to think the way that the team stood by me, the team supported me, and we all just kind of pulled through and moved past it. I'm just really, really proud of how we did that, because it was very, very challenging.
Nice.
But it definitely made me like question myself.
Yeah.
And it for a second made me want to give up.
Mm-hmm.
It made me want to give up and give in. And I didn't.
I don't think
Because I
there's
was
ever,
like, you know what? I've been around too long. I'm not letting this
yeah. I don't think there's ever been an entrepreneur to ever exist that didn't have that moment where they thought, we all have imposter syndrome at some point. Am I the one that should be running this
Oh,
organization?
gosh.
Am I qualified to be doing this?
Yeah, big time. Oh, imposter syndrome. Even like a decade in. Yes,
Yeah.
still all the time.
Mm-hmm.
All the time. But I'm also really proud of what I've built.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of the team that I have around me. Right now, my team is in such a great place. They're all so willing to step in and help,
Yeah.
and they love it, and they see what we're doing and how special it is,
Yep.
and how it's affected them personally even.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're in a really good place right now. It's good.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Oh, this has been a great interview. I'm
love
glad we
this.
reconnected.
Yeah.
Tell everybody, if they want to get more information on your business, your services, where can they find more information on you guys?
Sure. Our website is richmond.fit4mom. It's the number 4, so FIT number 4 mom.com. Instagram, definitely Fit4Mom Richmond. My phone number's out there. People can always reach out to me. I love talking to people on the phone.
Yeah.
I love trying to like help a new mom like get over her fear of coming and trying something new and come to class. And that's really what I would say is I know how hard it is to go and do something new.
Yeah.
So one, if you can get a friend to do it with you, get a friend and go together, because it's a lot easier to show up somewhere new.
Yeah.
But also like if you are that new mom that is home and you're struggling to get out of the house and maybe you're suffering, we kind of touched on this a little bit, like just even working out, but like the mental side.
Yeah.
So many moms suffer with postpartum anxiety, depression, OCD. One, make sure you're getting help.
Yes.
2, realize you're not alone. And know that getting out and having routine in your morning is going to help make such a big difference. And even if you show up late to class, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, you're still welcome.
Yep.
Show up as you are with baby throw up all over you, like whatever. Just show up, and I promise you that like you're going to feel so much better.
Love that. On that note, somebody told me when I became a dad, they were like, there are 2 types of dads. Dads that have been peed on and dads that are about to get peed on. I dodge that stuff like the Matrix. To this day, my kids are about to turn 6 and the other one's about to turn 5. Have yet to be peed on.
Stop.
I may have just jinxed myself right
You
there.
better knock on some wood right now.
Well, Natalie, appreciate you being on here today. This was awesome.
For having me. I loved it.
Absolutely. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.